Alright, let's do this. Zombie kill of the week. Forgot to limber up. Oh, ready. Yeah, we got this. Zombie kill of the year, buddy. Okay. Stay. I got this. Not a single zombie. Let's try the bathroom. Dang it. Well, I guess zombie kill of the week is a bit tricky to get when there aren't any zombies around. Guess we'll have to save this for the real thing. Hey everyone, my name is Austin, and this channel is all about helping you to dig deeper and go further to better understand faith, film, and everything in between. If that is exciting to you and you are new here, you're already in the right place, and you can subscribe to this channel for a new video just like this one every week. With finally having Zombieland Double Tap released a few weeks ago, I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to kind of do a trilogy talk, except just with the two movies, since we only have the two, to go through what I love about both Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap. Now, Zombieland has been one of my favorite movies for a long time. I still remember when it came back in high school, before I was really into movies or anything. I think I was a junior, maybe a senior in high school, and my friends were asking me, hey, you want to go see Zombieland with us? And I was like, no, I'm not really into horror, that kind of thing. And they're like, well, it's kind of like a comedy. And I'm like, no, thanks, I'm not interested. So I passed up on it. But then, once I began understanding film more, was checking out new things, I came across and back to Zombieland. And I absolutely loved it. It was a really, in my opinion, kind of ahead of its time. Like, it completely understood what it was. I think it helps that they had people who worked on the Deadpool movie in there, and so it turned into just really a cult classic. And for years now, people have been begging for a sequel to this one, and we finally got it. Now, one of the things that I love most about these movies is the personalities of the characters. Each one is very different and very strong. Columbus is the overly cautious rule follower. Tallahassee is the loud, risk-taking, zombie-killing enthusiast. Wichita is a manipulative, untrusting person, while her sister Little Rock has a similar but slightly different, more innocent personality. One of my favorite ways to describe the first movie to people who say they haven't seen it before, I'm like, it's basically a post-apocalyptic, zombie-infested world with a man on the quest to find the last Twinkie in the world. And it usually gets a laugh, but that's still true to what this movie is about. There's a lot more to this story, but that's my favorite way to kind of elevator pitch this thing. Now, after having seen both movies now, I will say I think that Zombieland Double Tap is the superior film compared to the first one. The first one is still going to be a classic to me, but having seen it a bunch of times now, it kind of seems stitched together of a bunch of different kind of ideas and episodes. And so taken, stitched together, and here's a movie. And if you look up kind of how the movie was developed, it actually was originally planned to be a series. So it's understandable why it comes across that way. And now the second movie being designed and written and created as a movie, I think is kind of has a more cohesive feel to it, and it feels like a single central journey from beginning to end rather than like a kind of snippety things put together. Nothing to knock against the first one, I still love it again, but I think the second one from a filmmaking perspective is more superior as far as its storytelling goes. Another awesome thing about the Zombieland movies is, at least so far, they've been told in real time. In 2009, when we got the first Zombieland, it took place in 2009. And With the second one, it's been 10 years and the movie takes place in 2019. And so there's like some fourth wall breaking almost kind of references where they understand that they're in a different world and refer to things in our world in kind of a joking manner. And it really comes across great. I loved those jokes and those little jabs at our society. I thought they were brilliant. And along with that, it's really cool that they really embrace that with their characters because, like I mentioned, Little Rock, being the youngest, is a young teenager in the first movie and now is a young adult and the youngest of the group in the second one. And so she has changed the most between these two movies, where many of the other characters there's different and they have different character arcs in this movie, but they're still essentially the same at the core. Not in a bad way, they're just the same, where she has developed and changed the most in that time. So they really explore some cool different aspects of her growing and developing personality and character through the second film. Now, how about the title of this video and how it applies to this film? So, Finding a Family in Zombieland. At the core of these movies, they are about finding a family, not blood related at all, but just building a family and what it takes to kind of develop and nurture those relationships. In the first film, everyone is a stranger, they come together, they're kind of stabbing each other in the back, not literally, but like metaphorically, and multiple times in this movie. None of them really trust each other, and by the end, they all come together and establish a really strong, lasting relationship. And now, in the second movie, it's been 10 years, so many of their relationships have grown during that time. In some ways good, in some ways bad. They address that in the movie. I won't spoil them here in case you have not seen Double Tap yet. But it's really cool because in both films, they come back to all of this horrible stuff that's going on around them. And there's this destruction and the apocalypse and death and all these things, but they are able to find life, friendship, and love and all of these things and build a family essentially with that. And it's really cool that a movie that could have easily gone down the typical zom-com route decided to do something a little bit different and have a theme on family at its core. And taking that theme of family, combining it with just really funny, witty dialogue, an entertaining and intriguing story, great zombies, great zombie kills. It all just comes together for just a great, fun, enjoyable movie experience. The first Zombieland is easily a movie that I could just casually pop in and enjoy no matter what time it is, and I feel like the second will be the same. My wife was preferential towards the new one. She thought the first one was kind of like, nah, it was okay, not too much really happens. It's kind of like silly. There's not as much of a story and a central like quest that the characters are on. There is, but it didn't affect her as much as what they did with the second one. And I can agree that I liked the story better of the second one, but I still you can't go wrong with the perfect lightning in a bottle, really, situation that they had with the first one, of all those talented actors and creative people behind the scenes putting together such an entertaining movie. So really, if you've not checked out these Zombieland movies before, I highly recommend them. They're really entertaining, really fun movies, and even at the core, there's a really cool message about family in there as well. So that wraps up Zombieland, but before you jump out of here, really look forward to next week's video. Next week is as close to when I posted my first YouTube video 1 year ago. That was November 11th, 2018. So I'm going to put out a video kind of me reflecting and looking back on this amazing year that I've had starting this channel, my thoughts and feelings and just everything about it. And I'm really looking forward to just kind of spending some time talking one-on-one as I look back on just the awesome, really cool year that it's been putting together and starting up a YouTube channel. So look to that video coming out next week, and then a bunch of other stuff as we move into the month of November with some new releases, and then Black Friday, so look for a cool haul video coming with that one. But until then, if you are looking to dig deeper, go further, to better understand faith and film and everything in between, you're in the right place. You can subscribe to my channel for a new video just like this one every week, and I will see you in the next one.